Hello and welcome to Badminton Unlimited. Coming up, back with a bang. Last week, top-class badminton made its big comeback at the DANISA Denmark Open 2020.
I'm just happy that we're finally back.
In this special show, we celebrate the sport's successful return with a review of the best of the action from the Odense Sports Park.
Oh, sensational! What a rally!
The HSBC BWF World Tour 2020 resumed after 7 months in Odense, Denmark. The DANISA Denmark Open 2020 was a welcome event for some of the sport's top athletes who've had to cope without competitive action for more than half a year.
It's really great. I've been missing playing tournaments a lot. It's been a tough period of time these past 6-7 months. Has not been fun. I've been missing all this, so yeah, I'm super happy to finally be back.
I'm looking forward to playing in the court, so I'm very happy to come back this court. Yeah, this tournament.
It's weird, isn't it? It's you know, there's a part of me that's like, oh, it's been ages since I've done this, but there's also a part of me that, you know, feels quite natural and good to be competing again. I think the hardest bit was almost the warming up process and getting ready and mentally preparing, because that's the thing that you can't really practice in training. You know, it's kind of all the emotions before a match and getting your focus and you know, but I think we started the game really well, which obviously helped us settle in quite quickly.
For me, I'm playing a tournament after a very long time, and then you know, it was very, it was something new. You know, I've never been away for this long, so it felt new, but again, I think, and I'm just happy with the way it went for me.
良かった点は、久しぶりに試合ができてすごく楽しく試合ができたなっていうのはすごく良かったかなっていうのは良かった点で、反省点としてはあまりシャトルが飛ばなかったので、そこのコントロールをもう少ししっかり改善していきたいなと思います。
I didn't really know what to expect today. I was kind of afraid that I couldn't feel like the adrenaline and all the desire to win, because I already said that I was done. And I really am done. This is definitely the last international I'll be playing, and it feels good to stand here and say that with peace in my heart. So yeah, that's nice.
Like in the beginning, I forgot how to kind of compete, and it was kind of weird to kind of get back into like the competition routine. But I think as the tournament goes on, hopefully it gets better.
I just started to think about the game plan that I have to follow. So yeah, I think it was a really good comeback for me after the interval until I finished the match.
我觉得对明年的奥运很重要吧，就是今年也只剩下这个比赛，那我想这个比赛可以让我一直保持这个国际赛的状态，所以我们就全心准备回来这个比赛。
And while it was smooth sailing in the early rounds for most star players, it was still a challenge for many to get back to a high level of competition, having been limited to just training in their respective countries for the last 7 months.
これといって特別なことはないんですけど、本当に一つ一つのショットの精度であったり、動きのスピードだったり、それを持続する体力っていうのを積み上げられたと思うんで、あとはそこをしっかり出し切って、今自分がどれぐらいの力があるのかっていうのをしっかりこの大会で見せれればいいかなと思いますし、やっぱり目標は一番高いところというか、一つ一つ本当に一戦一戦大事にしてやっていきたいなと思います。
We go to another sports training like soccer, like running, and to try another things. And also we have national competition, so we also can come by this level. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were off court with lockdown for 4 months, from March to July, so that was very difficult. There was a lot of shadow in my car park. So yeah, that was very difficult, but we've been back on court, and we've been limited in our training in that we can only have 1 against 1 training, so no 2v1, no kind of over pressure. So sometimes it feels like you're playing 2 people when you play some of the top 5, top 10 players. So yeah, we've been missing on that, and our doubles players actually went to Germany last week just so they could be side by side on court together. But luckily we're moving into the next phase of the return to training when we get home, and the doubles players will be able to they'll actually be able to play doubles, and I'll be able to do 2v1, so we'll almost be back to normal, and I'm really looking forward to that.
In addition, the return to international badminton involved having to deal with new protocols and restrictions due to the ongoing global COVID-19 pandemic. The new normal for badminton was an eye-opener for many.
I think it's a little bit weird, and all the things around the tournament is different, and you have to use a lot of energy on things you normally don't do. I think it's weird to eat in the room, and you have to schedule and plan. And another difficult day than is normals.
ところどころでまだ慣れてない部分があるので、マスクの着用であったり、相手との挨拶であったり、審判との挨拶っていうのは私はすごく大事にしている中で、どうやったら相手に伝わるんだろうっていうのはまだ模索の段階ではありますけど、本当にたくさんの人に支えられているので、そこはしっかり相手に伝わるようにいろんな手段を使って伝えていきたいなと思います。
It's definitely really different. It's a weird experience, but it's necessary. I'm just happy that we're finally back, and I mean it's necessary. So I think Badminton Denmark is doing a really good job, and I'm really thankful for this event. So yeah, happy.
So, having shaken off the jitters, adapted to the changes, and gotten a couple of matches under their belts, the players were back on top of their game by the time the quarterfinals came around. With the playing field halved, the round of 16 proved to be tough going for many. Third seed Carolina Marin was pushed all the way by Beiwen Zhang, with the American clinching the advantage after winning the first game. Marin was not as sharp as usual, but after she'd taken the second game, Zhang wilted physically, and the Spaniard pulled through comfortably in the end, 17-21, 21-17, 21-14.
It can be my movement, but also because I didn't feel good on court today, and it's like I say, I just play without thinking on what I have to do against Beiwen. So, I can't play every day. Like, for example, like I played yesterday. Yesterday I was really happy with how I could manage the game. But as I say, I just try to keep going on court. Don't make easy mistakes for her, and I just try to give my best in this day that I didn't play good.
First game I can focus, I have stamina, and the second set my leg actually is really sore. I couldn't keep up the speed, and sometimes if I can catch the shuttle, so you can see I can hit it down, but sometimes I couldn't move. I just couldn't move. I try my best, but it's just hard for me to follow the speed for 3 sets.
Zhou Tianchen also staged a comeback victory in his quarterfinal clash against Kidambi Srikanth after the Indian narrowly won the first game 22-20. The Chinese Taipei shuttler pushed back in the second, showing incredible defensive skills to win the long rallies and the second game 21-13. Srikanth put up a brave fight in the decider, but Cho held on to an early lead and closed out the game and matched 21-16 after an hour on court. The result ended India's campaign in Denmark.
Play him all the time. I need to really focus, because if you give him a chance, he will very quick to kill.
Yeah, I think at 8-all, 7-all in the second set, I think a few points here and there, or at 6-7 in the third set, 2-3 points. would have made a big difference. But you know, when you're playing against world top players, you really have to be at your best, you know, throughout the match.
So every time I play him, I need to all my speed, all my skill to try to push him to make more mistakes. So I think it's why I play with him.
Japan's top players had a good start, with Nozomi Okuhara booking her place in the last four with a straight games win over Jule Davald Jakobsen, and Kenta Nishimoto ending Hans Christian Solberg Vittinghus's run in the tournament in 45 minutes. World champions Mayo Matsumoto, Wakana Nagahara also took the same amount of time to power pass sixth seeds Maiken Fröger, Sarah Thuesen, 21-19, 21-15. Top seeds Yuki Fukushima, Sayaka Hirota had a tougher outing against England's Chloe Birch, Lauren Smith, after falling behind in the first game. The Japanese women's doubles pair used their big match experience to push through 13-21, 21-16, 21-19.
あまり出だしが自分たちも良くなくて、相手はすごいこうサーブ周りでサーブ割りがすごくうまかったので、そこでこうリズムがあまり取れなかったところもあって、あまりこう自分たちのリズムではできなかったんですけど、そこを勝ち取れたっていうところは良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
はい、自分個人的にはこう結構消極的になってた部分が多かったので、すごく反省点が多い試合だったと思います。
Meanwhile, former world number 2 Jan O. Jorgensen was given a warm farewell after playing his last international match. The Dane, who'd announced his retirement in the run-up to the tournament, was outplayed by younger compatriot Anders Antonsen, 21-12, 21-10.
Yeah, way too emotional. I tried my very best not to, you know, get in that stage, but I could feel already when I got called up and walked into the stadium. I could feel that okay, this is going to be like a tough one, not you know, going into that stage, and it was a struggle right from the beginning. But then we started playing, and I tried to find a way, and I think I came up with something in the beginning of both sets, but Anders was just like a pillow, and you know, he was just like putting it back to me, and then I rushed things in the end because he's obviously a world-class player, and to be honest, I knew that my chances today were very, very slim also compared to, even though if we had practice, Anders is still the bigger favorite against me, but there's so much respect involved, and yeah, I'm happy to have had this game and also this memory from this week.
You know, I could see in Jan's eyes at times that he was really emotionally invested in the whole situation, and it was difficult for me not to be that a little bit as well. So it was really, really difficult.
It's time for a quick breather here on Badminton Unlimited, but stay with us as we bring you highlights from the business end of the DANISA Denmark Open 2020.
Was a quite good match. I was fully focused on having good legs and being fully focused on mid-court and rushing forwards.
Welcome back. Semi-finals day at the DANISA Denmark Open 2020 began with plenty of hopes for home fans, and at the end of it, they were not disappointed. Rasmus Gemke and Anders Antonsen led the plaudits after both men scheduled an all-Denmark final in the men's singles. 7th seed Gemke turned in a much improved performance following an uncertain start to the week to walk away with a 21-14, 21-17 victory over Kenta Nishimoto.
I've been a little shaky in the first rounds and second round, but I think my game is improving every day, and yeah, I was just really happy about my performance today. It's nice to be in the final on home soil. It's fantastic, even though with the corona it's still nice to play in front of the crowd, so yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Antonsen was just as convincing in his semi-final victory. A solid all-round display against Cho Tien Chen saw the world number 3 wrapping up the match 21-17, 21-15.
Missed it. second match point is converted.
Even though he's beaten me many times, I was confident going into the match that I had a good chance. I mean, you never know. Joe is a tough player, really smart, hard to beat. So I'm happy.
In women's doubles, world number 2's Yuki Fukushima, Sayaka Hirota were first to break Danish hearts after they overcame teenagers Christine Busch, Amelie Schulz, 21-18, 21-6.
I think that we have to play at this, like make no mistakes like they do. And we have to keep doing that for much more time. I mean, we could do it like a half set, then we need 2 sets to win it. So, yeah.
We also have to get stronger on the court so we can play these long rallies the whole game.
Compatriots Joel Eiper and Rasmus Kjær's thrilling run in men's doubles also came to a halt after they were upstaged by Marcus Ellis and Chris Langridge. The Danes struggled to keep their intensity in the second game before conceding defeat to their English opponents with the final score 22-20, 21-16.
In the second game, I've been struggling with injury for a while and still am. I'm not in the shape that I should be in, and I think that showed today on court. I got tired. Look for the easy solutions and they're just too good. They'll just punish you if you try for the easy points. You have to play patient, you have to play disciplined. I don't have any disappointment in terms of the commitment and the fight that we both put on the court today. They were just better than us, but it's been great being back. It's been a long time.
Nozomi Okahara produced a masterclass in women's singles when she crushed Michelle Lee 21-10, 21-7. Lee tried to stay in the contest, but with Okahara finding her best form, it was mostly one-way traffic throughout the 31 minutes of play.
Brilliant. Utterly wonderful. Bordering on perfection, the performance today.
It set up a much-awaited final clash with Olympic champion Carolina Marin, who triumphed over Germany's Yvonne Lee 21-17, 21-11.
今大会トップ選手が辞退している中でマリン選手が参加していて、もうマリン選手とやりたくて私は今大会に参加したっていう感じはあるので、自分が決勝の舞台にまず立てたこと、また相手がマリン選手っていうところを本当に嬉しく思ってますし、マリン選手との本当にトップレベルの試合っていうのを自分自身楽しみながら、今までコロナの期間中取り組んできた成果っていうのを思い切り出していきたいなと思います。
Mark Lamsfuss and Isabel Hertrich spoilt an All-England final in mixed doubles after they got the better of Marcus Ellis and Lauren Smith. There was little between both pairs, but with an inspired Hertrich taking charge at the net, the German tandem steadily grew in confidence.
Brilliant, utterly brilliant from Isabel Hertrich.
21-18, 21-18 it ended, edging Lamsfuss and Hertrich a step closer to their second World Tour title.
I think was a quite good match. I was fully focused on having good legs and being fully focused on mid-court and rushing forward, so just want to get to the attack and then just finish it.
Actually, it's crazy, yeah. We never reached this level. I think it's not a normal 750, to be fair, but yeah, we beat a good pair yesterday, we beat a good pair today, so I think we're ready for the final.
The DANISA Denmark Open 2020 finals offered plenty of intriguing contests, including the battle between Anders Antonsen and Rasmus Gemke to be the first Danish men's singles winner since 2010. Both men gave everything in their arsenal, pushing each other's limits with almost every point played.
Brilliant. Fabulous rally.
But the sheer physical exertions took their toll, especially for Gemke, who struggled to keep up in the third game. Antonsen hung on to claim the honours with the final score 18-21, 21-19, 21-12.
And that's it. Well, an unusual celebration there for Anders Antonsen.
Det er herresingle. Det tror jeg lidt er det ord, jeg kan bruge. Det er hårdt arbejde. Det er hårde kampe. Du skal spille 5 kampe på en uge, og Det er 45 minutter til en times tid, du spiller, så det gør ondt i kroppen, og du får lov til at slide. Men det er også det fede ved det. Jo, men det er klart, når du møder en verdensklassespiller som andre, så lægger han og de og skifter i forhold til det med temposkift. Nogle gange så lægger de lidt lavere, andre gange så er de super eksplosive. Og det er egentlig det, der er svært at korrigere i forhold til det hele tiden og justere.
In women's singles, Nozomi Okuhara ended her 23-month wait for a World Tour title when she carved out an impressive victory over Karolina Marin. The Japanese shuttler found her openings by constantly frustrating the Olympic champion's ferocious offense. 21-19, 21-17 it ended, with Okuhara converting her championship point in style.
Oh, that's nice. Lovely smash to close it out from Nozomi Okuhara.
昨日までの相手と全然、レベルもスピード展開も全然違うので、そこは注意して入んなきゃいけないなと思って、出だしからマリン選手のスピードに対して自分がしっかりディフェンスして足も動いていたので、そこは良かったかなと思うんですけど、やっぱりところどころでマリン選手のスピードが上回ってきたのに対してやられる部分があったので、でもそこにやられる部分に対しても自分が落ち着いてプレーができたので、今日はそういったところが勝因だったかなと思います。
I knew during the game that I just give her all the points and I made all the winners. So, I mean, I was a bit frustrated. I just tried to keep calm, but yeah, today wasn't my day.
Yuki Fukushima, Sayaka Hirota avoided another defeat to Japanese compatriots Mayu Matsumoto, Wakana Nagahara after sealing the women's doubles crown. Having lost the last 4 of their meetings, the All England champions decided to stay patient in this encounter, and after an hour and 11 minutes of play, it paid off. Even with Matsumoto Nagahara managing to save 4 championship points, Fukushima Hirota remained calm to triumph 21-10, 16-21, 21-18.
Oh no! She'd served so well throughout Matsumoto, but makes her first service error.
自分たちはもう連敗してる相手でもあったので、まずは思いっきり決勝の舞台を楽しもうっていう気持ちでまずやろうっていうのをお互いに話し合って、その中で、本当身長が高いので、そこのレシーブだったりの場面でどう我慢していくかだったり、日本人同士なのですごく長いラリーになるっていうのは想定してたので、そこをしっかり我慢しようって入りました。
In men's doubles, Marcus Ellis and Chris Langridge made history for England, becoming the first pair from their country in 45 years to be champions. The 5th seeds found it hard to cope with the big smashes of Vladimir Ivanov, Ivan Sozonov in the first game, but eventually imposed themselves, taking the match to a decider. From there, the Englishmen continued their revival.
Oh, that's a beauty. That's the shot of the match so far.
The world number 22 duo went on to wrap up the match 20-22, 21-17, 21-18.
They are lethal in attack and also very dangerous at the start of the rally. So for us to neutralise them in that part is key, because we know if we get it into the main bit of the rally, we can win.
We're one of those pairs that we kind of pull it out when we need to. So quite often maybe pairs that aren't on paper as good as us will sort of play to their level and have a very close game. But then pairs that are slightly better or similar level will manage to up our game. And it's kind of the way we've been for a long time. But very pleased to win. You know I don't look it because I'm tired, but I am very, very pleased to win.
German pair Mark Lamsfuss, Isabel Hertrich came back from a game down to grab the mixed doubles title. Their opponents, the Adcocks, failed to keep up their good start and were punished as the Germans grew in confidence, led by Lamsfuss's presence from the backcourt. The comeback was complete after 50 minutes as Lamsfuss and Hertrich marked Germany's first Denmark Open triumph since 1971 with a well-deserved 18-21, 21-11, 21-14 win.
Brilliant. Oh, they're going to challenge. Oh, it caught the line.
Oh, it did.
And it is indeed Mark Lamsfuss and Isabel Hertrich who win the Denmark Open title.
It's just incredible and it feels so good. We know we can win this match, but I didn't expect winning 750. But of course, it was not a normal 750, but we beat some good pairs and it feels just great.
They made a lot of pressure, so I was not really feeling good on court, but we just said okay, it was 21-18, it was okay, and I just tried being
just stepped up on court, I think.
Just go in front, and it worked out.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have, but join us again next week as former World Junior #1 and Singapore's rising star Yo Jia-min is encouraged to build on her stirring quarterfinals run at last year's World Championships.
The World Championship has given me more motivation to continue to work hard.
In the meantime, remember to log on to bwfbadminton.com for the latest news and features on the sport. Until next time, stay safe, take care.